What's up, y'all? It's the Boosh Bag. Miss Boosh Bag. To you. Alright. Try to get this done quick. Way more notes than I needed to take, I think. Alright, so after this little trip that they on, Candy and Hazel don't want to ride with everybody else, so they decide to, not get on the bus. When they getting on the bus, Sheree talking about she need to collect more bones, because she I'm the bone collector. And she want to know about Phaedra. Like, she want Phaedra still to come clean and blah, blah, blah. I'm just wondering why she don't mind her business. I mean, I do understand, somebody wrote in the comments on my last video that these shows need, an antagonist, somebody to hate, somebody to be starting junk. But I just would need it to probably be somebody a little bit more relevant than Shrek. Well, it's not nice to call people irrelevant. What I'm going to say is, I don't like her. Yeah, and she already started enough shit, but she just want to get it, bigger. Like, I don't know. That should irk my nerves. But, yeah. So, they was like, all right, well, Phaedra, you was sweating. What was up with that? And she was like, well, I was just stressed out, and I didn't like the way the whole shit went down. And it just, it seemed like it came out of nowhere. So, she ain't fessing up to shit. All right. Portia's like, oh, well, because they all making fun of her and talking shit to her. And she was like, well, I remember maybe that I had mentioned something about a closet to Sheree, but, I wasn't sure. She was like, and then I'm just like, who? Just somebody say it. Like, girl, just put me out of my misery or whatever. And they were like, girl, you lying, whatever. So, I'm just going to say, I don't fucking know, okay? Like I said, it was brought up by somebody else, right? And she heard something that Katie had said about her. She felt negatively about it. And then she said something that alluded to the thing that had already been said about her. She was in the closet. She was like, or coming out one or going in one. Whatever the fuck it was. It wasn't a declaration, Candy is gay. Such as the first one was, that was like, they are fucking. That wasn't made by her. So, she's taking all of the heat, all of it. Whatever. So, she was like, well, look, everybody is shady. Everybody say shady shit, and I'm just going to own up to my shit. And they was like, but you didn't. For like a whole hour, you didn't. It wasn't an hour, but yeah, I get what they were saying. What they were saying, based on the way that it looks. Because honestly, I don't know if something like that would have been significant enough. If I would have started a rumor and then had said that sentence, then yeah, I would know that that's something that's like in my head to be doing and saying. If I kind of just piggybacked off of something or said something in passing, I don't know if I would remember that. If you know what I mean. Or maybe I'm bullshitting. I don't know. I don't know, alright? Okay, so, Cynthia and Noelle and her assistant, she's telling them that, she was at this thing and they called Candy a lesbian. They was like, well, what is the definition of a lesbian in this situation? She was like, apparently me. Basically any girl that hooked up with a girl before. And her daughter's like, so what is the hookup though? She's like, if you kissed a girl or if a girl has kissed you, in parts of your body. She is turned away. She's like, oh my God, Ma, are you serious? So she was like, I was just at Candy's house, and if I would have knew that, maybe we could have slept together. I don't know why she said that. That is a strange thing to say. And I'm just gonna come out and fucking say it. I'm like, this just got weird and awkward, okay? Yeah, and they're just looking at her like, she was like, forget I said that. Girl, you wish they could edit that out. Let me see. She tells Marlo and Sheree, okay, Candy's at home, and Todd is scared that the restaurant won't be ready, which is his constant fear, the only thing that his little storyline be about these days. And she tells them about the whole, Candy tells all of the people that be in their room that she be in, about the shit that happened with Marlo asking her if she was a lesbian, and then find out that it was Sheree, and Sheree points out Portia, and they're like, what? And she was like, yeah, but she knows that Portia likes girls because they had their own little episode before. So apparently they was at some club, it was like an after hours club, and Portia started tongue kissing Candy and told her that she wanted to eat her coochie till she come. So, yeah, that's probably why she was saying that she's like an aggressive, when she drinks, she's like an aggressive lesbian or whatever. So, she must have been coming on pretty strong to Candy herself, which I did not see coming, okay? So, yeah. So, she said that Portia been texting her, like, over and over again, and she been ignoring her, but she was like, I'm gonna text her back, and we gonna meet up, because we gonna need to talk about this. They were like, yeah, she texted because she's scared that you gonna start spilling the beans and telling her business and all of that shit. Kenya takes Cynthia to the Plastic Surgery Institute, and she was like, oh, I'm waiting for my friends. You know, they need it, not me. That was shade. But then I thought it was going to be everybody. But then it was just Cynthia and her sister. I can't remember what her name is. She bringing her in for a vaginal rejuvenation. I'm just saying, much like Cynthia said, it's a whole bunch of lesbian talk and coochies and titties and all kinds of stuff being talked about. She was like, this is too much. I also, is it me or is it rude for somebody to think that your coochie is in need of rejuvenation because of your age? I think that's rude. But then again, that's just me. You know what I mean? So, yeah. She goes in, she's like, okay. She's asking questions, you know, what are the side effects? And they were like, the side effect is that, you know, your coochie be leaking and stuff. She was like, well, I like an orgasm as much as the next person, but I ain't got no time to be leaking all over town. They put her in the stirrups. They showed her the thing. It looked like a big-ass dildo with, I don't know if it's lasers in it or some shit, and it's supposed to twist it around inside her coochie and whatever's supposed to be happening. They put her ass right in the stirrups while Candy and her sister is right there. I'm like, this is, look, I can't just have nobody up in the room while the doctor going all up in me. You know what I mean? That's just with a phallic symbol. I don't know. Y'all gonna have to leave. I'm like, I feel embarrassed to be watching this, right? Her feet in the stirrups. Okay. And also, okay, I'm gonna get on them about putting the flowers and the butterflies and shit on the screen like she was having an orgasm like right then. So apparently, Kenya said that this rejuvenation is supposed to help her with orgasms or something like that, where she can have a vaginal orgasm and not just a clitoral orgasm. So yeah, I guess it's supposed to bring on the big O and all of that stuff. When she was taking it out, she was like, oh my god, wait, that hurts. He was like burning or something. And later like, yeah, burn a little bit, but you gonna be cool. So now, yeah, she just got a divorce and she tightened up her cooch to move on. I don't know what this means. Okay. Phaedra, her divorce is final, and her lawyer, okay, first of all, her lawyer took like this, well, if you do, why is her, please tell me that y'all recognize that she wasn't opening her mouth and that she is talking like this. Well, yes, your divorce is final, and open your mouth. Yeah. She started crying. She said that she wants it to be civil or for them to be able to get along at some point where they could do holidays and stuff together with the kids, like good parents and all of this. But their relationship together, it just wasn't a good environment for the kids or whatever. The boys need their father. He doesn't even know that they're divorced because the court doesn't have to tell him. So she was like, you know what? I owe it to him for me to tell him. So I'll let him know. Candy and Riley are in the studio. Candy's upset because Block blew off the daughter again, and you know, she thinks that she need, you know, confidence boosting or whatever. So she got her up in the studio and took like all of the things that I guess Riley been saying over the years and put them together into a song, and she wants Riley to sing it. I'm gonna say Riley can't sing. Did I say it already? Oh yeah, she can't sing. No, that was bad. She was like, Riley's got music running through her veins. That shit ran all the way through and out of her ass because it was horrible. I'm like, please. First of all, somebody else's voice was singing along with her voice when she was doing it, and then it seemed on the playback that I only was hearing the other voice, but then I heard the crack, and I was like, I guess that's her voice melded together with the original voice that was there. I don't know what kind of flim flam they trying to run, and she like, yes, girl, ooh, like, like it was so hot, and I was like, Candy, you are doing so much of the most. And there's the most, and you're at the top of it. You're like, I'm gonna do as much of the most that I could possibly be doing right now, because you know that song was ass. It was not. She was not tearing it up or nothing, but she was like, okay, you take that song, you memorize it, and work with it, and we're gonna record it. It's gonna be bomb. It's not. It's gonna be bad, just like it is now. Anyway, Phaedra goes to visit Portia at her new house. Her new house is nice. It is very, very nice. I need a huge house. I'm jealous watching these bitches on TV all the time, these motherfucking mansions. Anyway, Phaedra brought her a bottle of Hennessy. She was like, girl, drink some, because I heard that you like to go down on girls after after you start drinking. She liked to get freaky after she had that drink. She tells Portia that her divorce is final. And she was like, well, how do you feel? She was like, well, I cried. You know, I was upset. And I'm just saying, you know, I missed some things, but it just wasn't a really good situation for the kids. And she was like, yeah. So he called, and I told him. She's like, well, how did it go? Yeah, it went horrible. Yeah, he wasn't down for it because he didn't want to get a divorce in the first place. So she was like, okay. But what did he really expect? And she was like, I don't know. I mean, he got a girlfriend, an actual girlfriend that I already know about. So I don't know why he would be upset that I'm getting a divorce. He already knew they was going through a divorce. But what, I'm supposed to stay married to you while you got a girlfriend? Like, it's ridiculous. And you're in prison? Boy. Bye. Anyway, so yeah, he got an attitude. Cynthia is having her fashion show for her line Cargo or whatever, and she's saying that, you know, she wants Noelle to be a part of it because ain't Noelle like the face of Cargo? Didn't she do that before? Yeah, but she also wants Cairo, Sheree's son, to be in it. She wants to help him get some exposure, but she don't want to give Sheree no false hope because you already know she already told him he was too tall, too skinny, too something, and she was like, don't listen to that. You can do anything you put your mind to. You can, but it's cute to think that. You can do a lot of things that you put your mind to, though. Okay, so she wants Cairo to get this exposure or whatever, and Sheree comes, and the guy that's her partner is like, okay, yeah, well, Cairo, I heard about him. Yeah, he could walk the runway. She was like, Sheree's like, so is there gonna be compensation? She's like, no, it's for exposure. She's like, what, you ain't even got like $100 for these kids? I think when she said no, she meant no. So yeah, either you want the opportunity or you don't. She's like, also, I would prefer it to be on the weekend, you know, because school is his priority. You do know that it's not the Cairo show, so it's not centered around him. She's tossing him in so that some people can see him, and maybe somebody might pay him some attention and want his ass. And you talking shit like they're gonna move the date of her fucking fashion show for your son who ain't no model. Girl. So she was like, he could get a backpack. A backpack? Yes, one. Yeah. She was like, I think it would be a really good opportunity for him. She was like, but it really comes down to, you know, you being the momager and Cairo. Okay? And Cairo. Yeah, I'll run it back to him and see what he thinks about it. But it really just comes down to me because I'm the momager, okay? Cynthia's like, first of all, I never, when I was a model, called, Calvin Klein or no designer and was like, yeah, I'm really gonna need you to change the date of your show, because it doesn't really work for me. She's like, who the fuck? She was like, if she's gonna be his manager, she's really going to need to get acquainted with how things work in this business. I'm like, yes, girl, because it's the same fucking thing with acting. You need to have shit on your resume for people to pay you any attention. Ain't nobody gonna pay you no attention because there's nothing on your resume, and you can't get nothing on your resume because ain't nobody gonna pay you no attention. So you wind up doing student films and smaller projects in order to get something on your reel, so that then you can go to auditions for bigger things. So yeah, people work for free in the entertainment, modeling is still like entertainment or whatever, industry, all those industries where you need agents and all kind of stuff, and you have to sell yourself like you are an actual product. Yeah, people work for free to get exposure because people need to figure out who you are. You need to be seen in order for someone to notice you, okay, for you to get discovered or whatever the hell. And for actors, it takes 10 years to be an overnight success, so remember that. Yeah, so she really wants Sheree to educate herself about the business, even just a little bit. Portia and her boyfriend Todd, they meet up, and she said that they've been being distant recently because of all the shit that's going on, right? He brought her a necklace, and she was like, oh, this is very sweet, and I love the diamonds and everything, but boy, we gonna have to talk. So she was like, I didn't want no relationship, okay? And then you talked me into having a relationship, and then you flipped the script and changed the terms of the relationship, and I'm not fucking here for it. So, he was like, well, damn. She was like, you stopped working, the situation with your financial. He was like, I can't take no break. She was like, no, I can't take no break. When do I take a break? Do I take breaks? No. I have to work, you have to work. So it's irresponsible and childish. I need to be with somebody who's an adult, who's being mature, who's trying to be present in this relationship. I was being present. I wanted to have answers about things that were going on. And yeah, she was like, you lose your job, you don't chill. Oh, I'm just chilling, I'm just gonna hang out. Like, no, you get another job. You work. That's what people fucking do. So I'm gonna need you to step it up, or I will cut this relationship off. Is that all right? You get that? You understand what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, point taken. Point taken. One thing I like about her, she don't play that bullshit. She don't play that bullshit about being no sugar mama or nothing. She was like, that's what we not gonna do right here. Let me see. Portia and Candy meet. Alright, and all the rest of the stuff is about that. Alright. So, I really did go through this fast. Yay, huh? Alright, so Portia's telling her that she didn't really remember about the closet thing. Like, she didn't come out with it. She was like, I don't remember everything I say, and it was pretty much an insignificant thing that I said. Like, I didn't think it would blow up into all of this and all of that. And she was like, but you were insinuating it, but it's not even like a secret that I hooked up with a girl before. She was like, I don't live my life like that. And she was like, Portia was like what? She was like, in secret. Okay, and this is when shit started getting crazy. She was like, all right, well, I'm single and everything, so I could do, whatever I want. But you're married and y'all having, threesomes and all kind of shit. And Candy's like, we only did that once. She's like, oh my God, Candy, you was lying. Okay, yeah, so essentially she's saying that they be having all kind of threesomes all the time. Stop lying, Candy. All right. She was like, you've been having sex with women, bringing them down into your little sex dungeon. She was like, I do not have a fucking sex dungeon. Or well, your sex chamber, whatever it is you call it. She was like, now I don't have no fucking sex dungeon. She was like, you're just making stuff up. I'm not making it up. You know that you have. Candy's like, if I had a fucking sex dungeon, I'd be telling everybody because I think that shit is so cool, okay? She was like, I have a sex toy line. Like, I like sex. I do sex stuff. Like, I wouldn't be embarrassed about that. But I don't have a fucking dungeon. If me and my husband wanted to have a dungeon, we would get a fucking dungeon. Let me say, yes, you do. Okay. She was like, and you kissed me at the club. Candy is telling Portia, you kissed me at the club, you was tongue kissing me, and you told me you wanted to eat my coochie. They were not saying coochie. And she's like, who wanted to eat your you motherfucker. She was like, alright, that is a lie. And then tells her, you were in a relationship whatever with a woman for 7 years, and then why you all in my business and trying to, and she was like, wait a minute, first of all, you ain't just gonna gloss over that. What the hell did you just say? You was in a relationship with a woman for 7 years. She was like, I've never been in a relationship with a woman. No, I ain't never been in a relationship with a woman. She was like, well, I can give you her number because she going around, she telling people that y'all was in a relationship, and then you broke it off with her when people started to find out, and you had her, and it was very abrupt. She was like, you are lying. You are making all of this fucking shit up. I'm like, this is just sounding crazy. It's just so many things. So many accusations going on right now. It's just like everything that you could possibly accuse somebody of is what is being tossed out there. She was like, yeah, so she spreading rumors about you and whatever. She was like, yeah, you made that up. She was like, well, you was the one who was out here fucking these R&B groups. She was like, I know you were not talking about nobody fucking no groups of people. She was like, you was a freako. She said, I wasn't no freako. Yes, you was. You was a pass around. You are a hoe. So like, no, you're a hoe. So they going back and forth, accusing each other. Everybody know what you do. Everybody see you. I live in Atlanta. I live in Atlanta too. That was a dumb thing to say. I'm like, oh yeah, I live in Atlanta, but okay. She was like, you acting like y'all all nicey and all that shit, and you really running the international house of hoes over at your house. She was like, bitch, you are international. You are the international hoe. She was like, first of all, she met Blah while she was fucking around with some rapper. You hear my dog in the back playing with his toy? She was fucking around with some rapper that he knew, and she was like, you're basically, you're a hoe, you're a pass around. And Portia's like, you know what, Candy, you need to own up. I mean, to something, because right now you're just like, oh, I'm so innocent, me and Todd, and we don't do nothing wrong, and we only fuck one bitch in our bed. And I'm like, this is so dumb. She was like, okay, so how you feel about your husband fucking around with other chicks? Yeah, that's right. It's not just in your bedroom. Ask him about his alias, Marvin. That's right. He was out of town, and he'd be telling people that his name is Marvin so that he could cheat on you. And she was like, honey, yes. See, I know stuff about you, Candy, Miss Candy, because your business is out in these streets. And it's probably the same streets that Miss Joyce be listening to. Now, that was a low blow, but it was good because I like Candy. But her mama is so over the top, but Miss Joyce, and she always coming for somebody. She like, well, I heard in the streets. Well, the streets, well, so now your mother words that came back to bite you. Yeah, the same streets that your motherfucking mother be listening to. She was like, so you need to clean up your own backyard, Candy, before you come trying to put Portia's business in the street. And I'm just saying, Candy ain't say nothing about Portia. She got mad because Sheree insinuated that they had sex, because she was Candy's telling Sheree a story, and she was like, and then Portia told me something that Block had said, and Sheree's like, Portia knows Block? Yeah, they used to mess around or whatever. They used to go together or date or something before me. That's all she said. Sheree was like, girl, I heard you used to be doing it to Candy baby father. Yeah, she told me that y'all was fucking, and Sheree blew that out of proportion. She lied. She made it so extra, and Portia been thinking that Candy been talking about her behind her back every fucking sense, and that's where all of this dumbass shit is coming from. And Portia just basically came, instead of whatever. Well, I guess she don't want to put Phaedra on Front Street and be like, Phaedra's the one that said it, and then I just kind of said that thing because I was mad about what you had did. Well, she said that she was mad, and she said something, and she was like, and I didn't care how you felt when I said it because I was mad, and we all say shady shit. But it wasn't nothing that I cared about like so much. Like, it was like me in-depth fucking thing, like, oh, let me tell you about her lesbianism. Like, it was like one sentence, one phrase, and it didn't mean shit. But yeah, I'll say it at the end. Okay, yeah, but she didn't do shit. I'm not thinking that Kandi is deserving all this shit that Portia doing right now. And Portia's like, well, the stuff that I just said is facts. And Kandi is like, no, that is not a fact. A fact is that you fucking kissed me, you tongue kissed me, and you asked to eat my cooch. She was like, girl, I did not ask to eat your rotten ass. She was like, did I eat it? She was like, no, you did not. And my cooch tastes like sugar. She was like, whatever. You know what, sweetie? I don't do teapots. Short and stout. She's like, you're short and you're fat. Even if I was into women, you are not my type. So she's still not even gonna accept it or acknowledge that she's ever dated a woman when so many people are saying it. And Kandi's like, you know what? Whatever. I'm out of here. I can't with you. She was like, yeah, well, you know what? I'll text you her number. That girl later. She was like, whatever. Yeah, do that. I need this number of this girl that I dated for 7 years and we broke up and all this other stuff. She was like, oh, and don't forget to ask Todd about what he did last night with his fake name with that Marvin shit. And she was like, whatever, bitch. And they left. That was the end. Okay. This episode was ridiculous and all over the... This fight... It took so damn long to even talk about. I'm like, wow, that's a long fight. I didn't want to forget the shit because I always be forgetting the most important accusation or some shit, and I gloss over it and I'll be trying to remember, and I'll be like, and then I see other people videos and I'll be like, oh yeah, she did say that. Oh, forgot that. Yeah, so I had to write the shit down. Kenya isn't my most hated anymore, and I am falling out of love with Portia because they do bully her, they do jump on her, and they have been doing the most to her lately. But I think that this is unfounded and just damn mean. Maybe it is because Kandi is short or whatever. She might be feeling like she could beat Kandi up because Kandi is little or whatever. I don't know why to come at Kandi like so intense and so harsh when her arch nemesis is really Kenya, as should everybody's be, you know what I mean? Yeah, so right now last week I was team Portia, and this week I'm team Kandi because she doing too much. This was mean, this was malicious, and I have no way to know if any of this shit is even the truth. I'm pretty sure that she doesn't have the sex dungeon, okay, because she seemed completely floored by it. I doubt that she was in a relationship that she wouldn't remember, and would she lie about that when she already is admitting that she was with girls? I don't know if anybody would care. Well, her mother might care, her daughter might care, people might care that she was a lesbian. She might lie about such a thing. I just don't know. I hope that Todd is not dumb enough to cheat on her knowing that she's his fucking meal ticket. Like, don't be no fool, nigga. And I do believe that Portia was fucking around with some dude when she met Block and all of that. So I believe the things that Kandi was saying, and a lot of what Portia was accusing her of seemed ridiculous and outlandish. So if it's true, then girl, you is nasty, Kandi. You was a freak. But if it's not, it's bad business all around. So we gonna see everything that's done in the dark will come to the light, honey. So we're gonna know if Portia lied or if she's telling the truth, or if they just gonna keep this ridiculousness to the grave. But I don't see them being friends anymore. No more. If you agree with what I said, let me know down in the comments. If you disagree, let me know down in the comments. And until the next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank y'all so much for watching. While you're here, check out my previous video. I also have a beauty channel, and I give out free workouts on my fitness channel. Don't forget to subscribe.